Hello everyone, this is my first video on this channel and I want to dedicate it to explain to you what went into my art portfolio, which I used to apply to different universities in the UK and not only. So yeah, let's begin. So my first painting, which I'm going to show, was my ever first oil painting. And my life drastically changed after I started painting in oil. So my life before oil painting, my life after oil painting are like two different worlds. Because after I discovered oil painting, I never wanted to come back to acrylic. I never wanted to come back to the way I was using color again. Color became something different to me. It became something more alive, more volatile, something I could change easily. It wouldn't dry so quickly. Now I could apply layers, like everything changed. I would really recommend to everyone who's considering doing painting, like start with oil as soon as possible and become good at it, because you know the difference between acrylic and oil, it's like unimaginable. So first painting, fish. This painting came out of pain. I mean, I don't actually think that art is therapeutic, but at that point, I was 16. I just broke up with my boyfriend, which I loved, really. I think I loved him.
He was my first love, my first kiss, my first everything.
And I was devastated. So what did I decide to do? Fish. So this was inspired by a photograph I did in Croatia in the summer. It's of fish, and I just painted fish. At that point, I didn't know you had to use oil to dilute the paint or like to wash the brushes. So I just like applied thick layers of paint and yeah, that's how it went. This painting was done maybe like half a year after that. It was inspired by the work of Giorgio de Chirico, so I kind of combined his architectural elements with my imagination, and also by using Photoshop, I kind of included that yellow fruit, and the name of that fruit I will include in the video, and the bust of a man who I think is Caesar, a book, and something else like a vase. Then this painting I did after I went to Vienna for maybe a week. I love Vienna, and I also love all of the painters who come from there. Like, fuck, you know that moment when you need to like say all the painters you love and you just forget their names? So Oskar Kokoschka, I love them all. So I was inspired by their art and I just like combined the two bodies and it came into this, you know, really weird looking woman. So here I kind of worked with oil as well as pastel, and this is more of like mixed media. It was never finished because I just took a really large format, and by the time when I finished the skirt I was like,
this is very decorative and I don't like it anymore.
And so I came back to my fruit theme. This drawing is done in pastel. I love soft pastels and I just drew fruit. And I really like the fact that I kind of combined the blue and the orange and like them being half out of paper, half real thing. And that moved me into collage. And the first collage I did is this really weird thing, which again combines bust of a man with like bright colors and for some reason a saxophone, which kind of makes it jazzy. And I don't know why I like bright colors so much. Now I've moved away from them for sure, but at that point I was like, colors, the more the better. Then we're moving into something which was very new for me, and that is collage. So basically in our school you were banned from printing loads of paper, so I kind of hacked into the computer and pretended I was a teacher, and I was the only person who was kind of printing tons of paper. So I was like, I need to use that, and I used that for making those 3D collages where I would combine real objects with fruit and like paper fruit and real vases and fake vases, and like making collage vases and painting paper blue, red, but then I painted it blue. So like the combination of different stuff, and then I would take sections of it and I would paint them. But none of the paintings out of this collage turned out to be great, so I just left it as is. The second combination I did was this red one. I would call it a red still life, and I just loved how I combined like Coke with avocado and green with red, and I just thought that together it combined very well. And actually that was the still life which I used for my final drawing on at A-level, and I think it turned out to be pretty great. I worked very hard on it, and I think that it shows that I've spent about 15 hours on it in total, which is not a lot for a painting, but you know, it's still kind of great. This is a painting I did. Again, I used Photoshop to kind of combine different things together. Now, these two, I did in a rush. They both took me a day each, so I spent like a day on them. Thank you very much for watching. I think it was a very chaotic video and I was looking down to see which artwork I should talk about next, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, watch my future videos, and yeah, bye!